From 1883 to 1933, a seemingly unassuming brick building solidly stood at the southwest corner of East Bridge Street and Church Street. It had been empty, neglected, and abandoned for several years, and ultimately was demolished in 1933 and is now home to a Flynn Weiss law firm. Some have said that on a quiet evening, while sitting on a front veranda in the old East Hill area, we can still hear the muffled sounds of merriment coming from this mostly forgotten previous downtown entertainment center. The Griffin Opera House, also known as the Belleville Opera House, the Carmen Opera House, and the Queen's Opera Palace, became a shining beacon of light for Mr. John Griffin. He went on to form the Griffin Amusement Company in 1906 and continued to dominate the music and theater scene until 1922.
As a result of Mr. John Griffin's visit to Belleville this week, plans are being prepared for improvements to the Griffin Opera House. Lavatories will be installed and the heating system will be remodeled. Attention will be paid to the ventilating of the theatre with a modern fan system to ensure the purity of the atmosphere at all times. Mr. Griffin is the moving spirit of the Griffin Amusement Corporation, which controls several theatres.
Mr. Griffin also owned the Palace Theatre on Front Street, which sadly burnt down in 1920. Actress Beatrice Lillie sang at the Palace Theatre as well as numerous other venues across the country. She was one of the last and funniest silent film eras and seamlessly transitioned to movies and stage. Although not a literary success, her autobiography titled Every Other Inch a Lady is still one of my all-time favorite books. The 1,300-seat theater was said to have been built on an incline to give everyone in the audience and galleries unobstructed views. There was a 37 by 50-foot stage plus a lower-level basement featuring a large hall, dressing room, and storage for stage props. The costumes were dramatic and lavish, bright and flashy, as were the 5-act plays performed nightly. Local music and musical drama lovers came in droves to this garishly lit brick building overlooking the Belleville Armories. They laughed along with the traveling minstrels on circuits throughout the area. They cried while watching the melodramas such as Uncle Tom's Cabin and Perils of Pauline on the silent screen. At other times, the audiences were enthralled by exciting vaudeville acts and top tune shows. An eclectic range of jugglers, magicians, and noted singers on their way to larger centers, plus military bands in full uniform and local talent alike, were introduced from the stage at the Griffin Opera House in downtown Belleville. Silent films were trendy at the turn of the century. They welcomed new screen heroes such as Rudolph Valentino, Charlie Chaplin, and Clara Bow. Fans could not hear their favorite actors, but they could now see them. For the regular price of 25 cents, admission could be gained to Opera House for each show. Artists and wealthy patrons mingled with guests at the chic openings. They could forget their troubles for a few magical hours. The Roaring Twenties brought a whole new wave of excitement, money, and passion to the country, with the addition of the talkies and sound taking over the business theater. It marked the beginning of the end for the silent film industry, and for Mr. Jack Griffin as the final curtain fell on the theaters. A significant era of culture and entertainment shuttered its doors in our Quinte region and across the country.